Today I'm using my industrial long blade to scrape that layer. What this long blade does is it allows me to move a lot of material, and it allows me to scoop that top layer. Okay, it works real good for clay bed bedrock. Okay, and that's all I work is clay bed bedrock. Most of the limestone in this area has already been broken up. It's further upstream, and it was all glacial tilt. But there's limestone about 10 feet underneath me. Out in the main hole, further up creek, it's a giant hole. There's probably some broken up bedrock right in there, some limestone. And I suspect that's where some of the gold's coming from. But this blade allows me to work that clay layer that traps the gold. The hole's getting deep. And this is a mixture of overburden and pay layer. It's kind of grayish to brown and blonde and black. It's just a mixture of the pay layers. But I want to clear this hole out before I move. Because when it fills back in, I'll have to come back and dig it probably next year or the year after that. Because when a big flood comes, it will fill this whole area back in. All this will go back underwater. There'll be 10 foot of water and it'll move. But you can see how quickly this box moves. It allows me to scrape off this pay layer. That's what I love about this shovel. This is what I used to prospect with. It's kind of a workout. It's a big shovel. Bigger. Paid 40 or 50 bucks at the Ace Hardware for this bad boy. Now it's 20, that's 10, 15 years ago. Something like that, 10 or 15. But it has done a lot of digging, man. It's moved a lot of earth around this creek bed. And, man, I mean, it moves material. Let me show you my tailing. This is how easy it is to run the tailing. Just shovel them back in there. Boom. Just in case you think you missed something, boom, overload it. Who gives a shit? Just get it to move a hair, then it'll move the rest. It will move the rest. You can see how fast it's moving. Once that water starts moving, it'll move out the whole box. Hopefully catching all the gold. The gold settles straight down. When you overload like this, gold will settle straight down as the blondes and the blacks clear out. That's why this box works so good. You can overload it and it won't matter. Because by the time it gets down to the bottom, it's just the gold settling down. Kind of works like a pan. What I love about this self-classifying double vortex screen sleeve. It's going to catch your gold. Alright guys, I'm going to show you how I test it real quick. Just lift the box straight up out of the water. Straight to the pan. I'll wash it out. This will get all my gold down into the pan. Wash it real good. Make sure your pan don't fall over. Wash all the sediments out. A few of them stuck right here in the corner. Don't get them all. Most of them came out. We're ready to go, man. We're going to rock and roll, load it right back in here. So it's ready to go. We're going to take our pan, we're going to quick pan it. Center the gold down to the bottom. Agitate the material, and then we're going to walk it up to that line. What I'll do is I'll pan right back. I'll pan right back into my box. Just in case I miss it. Just going to quick pan it. Walk all those black sands back. Walk them up. Quick pan it again. Get out some of those blondes. We're going to shake side to side like this with a little bit of water in it. Clear out the rest of those blondes. Now, we've let her, essentially, let me show you the pan. You can see where we've let the riffles catch all the sands and the gold right in here. Okay, we're going to walk these black sands back. Shake it, roll it around, just like that. And we're going to start bumping and tapping. I'm already seeing lead. See, you can see some gold. Couple little specks. Can't see them on camera, they're just microns. Well, I'll show you. And that, you know, it's like a half a bucket of material. There's a couple micron specks right there. See it. Right down there. Anyways, that's how I clean my box. And that's what I call quick testing. I want to make sure I'm still on the gold. I only saw a couple specks, maybe 3 specks of gold, and a good piece of lead. But the lead and the gold is a good indicator I'm catching it. Anything I quick pan might have got back in my box. There could be 2 or 3 specks of gold in the box. So that's how that works. Anyways, that's why I do it that way. But now I'm just going to focus on running material. Rerun my tailings just in case we lost any gold because we weren't loaded up. We didn't have any sands in the block when we ran it. So if it's loaded up, it's probably just barely sitting in that indicator mesh. We're going to go right back to digging. And I'm just tearing big chunks of this hole out. This I'm going to run a little bit slower. I know I got some good clay in here. I'm going to run it by hand. I can see the clay, so I'm going to run it. Run it by hand. Make sure it goes in about the right speed. Break up all this clay, guys. That's where the gold's hiding. In that clay. See there went a piece of clay right there. I'll bring it back up and I'm going to run it. Piece of clay right there. I'm going to bring that up, run it. There goes a piece of clay. I'm going to grab it. I'm going to run it. Because it could have gold in it, guys. That's why. Obviously, you don't want to do all this digging and then miss your gold because the clay balls rain the gold out. And that's why I run it like this. So that was my first method that I learned how to catch gold. Right there. Was running the clay balls, catching the material, doing what I had to do to make sure I was running properly. Yeah, the digging's real hard down here. You're gonna get to see what it looks like in this pay layer. Right here. Look at this. Gray concrete sand. Gray concrete sand. We're gonna roll them off the tip here. We're gonna check it. Clay. Gray concrete sands, guys, with clay balls. That is the pay layer. Oklahoma gold, that's where it comes from. These little pay layers. Here's some clay. I'll break that up with my fingers and let it run down slowly. Just gonna run it just like that, guys. Because I'm checking for gold. I don't want to miss it. I don't want to be like, oh, I didn't run it right. Wasn't a good test. Is it a good test or is it a good test? Ask yourself. You felt like you ran the material correctly? Did I slow it down enough? Or did I run it too fast? Now, when it gets to this point, I can just let it go. It'll break up on its own. See that? And I'm going to wash my shovel out. Gold can be sitting right on top of the shovel. No bullshit, guys. Always wash your shovel out. We are in the pay layer. This is where it turns around. That eddy hole I was talking about. Look at this gray matter coming up. That's all broke up weeds and stuff sticking in there with the gold and clay. I call it gray matter. Here we go. This is the gray matter. See that? Let me show you. That's the gray matter. That's where the gold's hiding. We're going to break all that up, man. We're going to run it and give gold an opportunity to fall out. Move it through the box, clean our shovel out again. We're going to recheck the indicator. Not seeing a whole lot of gold, but I'm seeing a little bit. Maybe a couple pieces. I'm just going to keep running like this. This is how I do it. I methodically do this shit for about 3 hours. Then I rerun my tailings because I know I had a bunch of clay balls. Once I know I ran those tailings, I'm going to set this pan over here. That's like a half a pan of material right there. Half a pan. That's a full pan. I just reran a full pan of material from the tailings. And this is what's coming out, guys. That's the limestone. See it? That's the good stuff, man. When the limestone sits there and grinds and turns in these big boil holes, it knocks the gold out. If you're seeing those big chunks of limestone, you're seeing the gold. I guarantee you. Now I'm going to run the rest of these tailings, then I'm going to clear them out. Right there behind the lip, where my finger is. There's the gold, guys. You see it showing up. One last shot of the box. Hard to use an indicator mat, but not impossible. There's some gold right there. Look at that. Oh, wow. That's a nice big piece. Bottom middle right. Bottom middle right of the screen, guys. Bunch of gold sitting right there. I'm loving it. That's what's up. Today's message, it's from the book of Enoch, and it talks about the 7 chains of the abyss. Enoch feared writing about them because even though he was a prophet, he was afraid that mankind would not take this message correctly. They would misconstrue it or take it out of context. It's from the book of Enoch, and it talks about the 7 chains of the abyss. It talks about the watchers and rebellion on the earth. Okay, it says that the watchers shattered the balance of creation, that God commanded Raphael, one of the archangels, to bind Azazel, which was one of the watchers, or the fallen Nephilim, to bind Azazel with one of the chains of light and cast him into the desert of Uzziel beneath the burning stones. He was chained with iron that would never rust or break. The chain was made out of God's laws. It was God's commandments. It sealed the watchers beneath the earth in the ground with a mark of fire. Raphael was not alone. There were 6 more angels that were sent with 6 more bindings. That's 7 in total. This is what they refer to in the book of Revelations that John wrote. This message has been sent to multiple prophets because God wants mankind to know the truth about the fallen angels. The 7 seals is what they refer to in the book of Revelation. It talks about how they're all broken, and once they're broken, the rapture comes about, and Jesus shows up, and basically he takes the Christians to heaven, the ones who know his name, or he knows them by name. The people who actually had a relationship with Christ are the ones that he saves from the rapture or tribulations, whatever you want to call it. In the book of Enoch, it talks about the 7 bindings in total for each nature of rebellion. Each chain represents, each binding represents a rebellion upon the earth and a rebellion in heaven against God. These were chains of laws that God commanded. These were God's laws. Together, these laws sealed in the watchers in the depth of the underground into the abyss. Enoch was taken to the abyss and could not look upon it for very long. It's like he called it the hollow place for punishment, which is kind of in between heaven and hell. It's called the hollow place, where light and shadow never meet. Depth was deep beyond the mountains of Dudael. The desert of Dudael has mountains, and it was deep beneath it in the hollow earth, where the air burns and folds over upon itself. So the air is even hard to breathe. You can't breathe it. It like folds over on itself. There's no oxygen, and it's just super hot. It was their prison for the watchers, the fallen Nephilim. A place of shadow and fire. And it was sealed. They were sealed there with fire and God's commandments. This was archonic magic that God had given the archon angels to bind them into the hollows, because their magic was far superior. It was never meant to be released upon the earth, but they had released it. Their magic could wipe out the earth, and that's what it did for a long time, for millenniums, for thousands of years. They wiped out the earth. And obviously mankind couldn't inhabit it. So the watchers were placed there in the shadow of fire, and the reason why is because Azazel, or whatever you want to call him, the fallen Nephilim, he was the leader of the Nephilim. He was like Satan's, number two. Anyways, he taught the men of earth the weapons of war, and that was never meant to be taught to humans. We were never meant to be taught atomic bombs and light energy weapons. We weren't meant to have these things. God never intended that in the Garden of Eden. So obviously, he never intended Adam to eat from the tree of life either. The apples. Never intended for us to eat and die. But these things happen because of the snake, the serpent, the one they call Lucifer. Anyways, these commandments, these chains in the book of Enoch, they bind the watchers in suspended time and animation. It's like an eternal punishment. Okay? And I had to write all this stuff down because the Enoch it's not an easy message. This is the punishment for knowledge misused. This knowledge was never meant for mankind, and we're playing around with it right now. And this is a warning to all of mankind. They are consumed by the same light and the same energy weapons that they used in war. The same technology that they're experimenting with right now, it's used in war. These laser lights, these laser weapons from space, ion, matter weapons, whatever you want to call them, light energy weapons. They can be used in a small handheld device too. It's very, very intense form of energy. It's not meant to be used on earth. Anyways, they were put there as punishment for giving this technology to mankind. And they are basically consumed by light of their same weaponry, of their same technology, because this light binds them in chains. This is God's forbidden knowledge to mankind. Okay, guys? And we are experimenting with it right now. We're using it on ourselves. We're going to be using it in warfare soon. You will see it. It was never meant to be used in war or on any mankind for that matter. On any man. Dudael is the desert of prison that binds all the fallen archangels, the Nephilim, until the day of judgment. And then they will be released again, which is coming soon. And I'll explain to you why. They will be released upon the earth again for the rapture. And it's basically the seven seals will be broken. The Nephilim will be released upon the earth again. And it talks about it in the book of Revelations. This was the prophet John. And he basically talked about the race that defied heaven and earth. The seven chains, the seventh chain of memory will be broken. And it was also a punishment to the Nephilim, the seventh chain of memory, to be forgotten by God. Okay, this was their punishment. It was the worst punishment. And this is all in the book of Enoch. It says that these chains held the balance of creation. Okay, they were never meant, these seals were never meant to be broken by any angels or by mankind for that matter. Enoch warned that these chains, when they are broken, they will tremble the earth. There will be massive earthquakes, volcanic activity, and it also talks about deserts will turn into oceans, and oceans will turn into deserts. Great floods. Water will shift and move upon the earth. There will also be massive earthquakes which will wipe out a third of mankind. These are probably the weapons of, what I would consider material magic or earth magic. Okay, this is what the Nephilim are in control of. They are in control of earth magic. This magic is not meant to be used by mankind. Once again, weapons of weather and war, not meant to be used by mankind. This is a warning. This is a warning. Heed my warning. When these chains are broken, the earth will shake and oceans will dry up and deserts will become oceans. When this happens, the abyss will rise again. That part of hell will open up upon the earth. And this will release the watchers upon the earth, and they will consume 1/3 of mankind. It is in the book of Revelations. God just dumbed it down for us. He sugar-coated it for us in the prophecy of John. And the reason why is because he didn't want to scare the shit out of us. He didn't want to scare us all to death, right? But this is it, man. This is it. Okay? When this happens, let's see here. The fall, basically, the abyss will open up, and this brings about Lucifer's reign for 7 years. It's all in the book of Revelations and John. And obviously, prior to this is the rapture, where Jesus takes his good Christians, the ones who made relationships with him, to heaven to protect him, and they will disappear upon the earth. But when the bottomless pit is opened up, it will be all hell on earth for a period of time, 7 years total. But that 7 years will wipe out 1/3 of mankind. This is all about the 4 horsemen and the book of Revelations. You can read it. But they left out the book of Enoch because they didn't want you to understand what brought about the fall of the Nephilim. They took technology from heaven. And it was never meant to be used on earth. It was never meant for this planet or any other planet for that matter. These are weapons of mass destruction. Mass destruction. And I didn't know that God wanted me to give this message, so I'm sorry it's very long. I'm at 13 minutes and I do apologize. But God bless you, Godspeed. I hope you have a good relationship with Christ, because it's vitally important. And this is why I was telling you. I need you to come to know Christ, because the end is here. When the atomic bombs fall, it's game over. That will destroy 1/3 of the earth, the population, and it will also bring about the shaking of the earth, and the chains will be broken. This ancient archonic magic will be released upon the earth, and that will also kill another 1/3 of the people on the planet. Okay, and then the other third, and well, however many thirds there are, there may be 3/3. I don't know how that really works, but God talks about it in the Bible: pestilence and famine. So it'll be disease and famine is the other third, and it will wipe out all of mankind. So it's important that you know Jesus Christ, because I'm not sure any of us will survive. I'm not sure there will be mankind on the earth after these events take place. So it's vitally important that you get to know Christ and study your Bible, read the book of Revelations, understand it, and then search out the book of Enoch. Try to understand that one too. It's one of the 11, one of the 7 lost scrolls. There's actually 11, but probably 12, maybe 15 or 20. But they haven't all been revealed. They're tied up in underground cave systems, and they're literally written on copper tablets, and they weren't meant for all of us to understand. But this message is what God wanted me to convey to you today, and don't kill the messenger. I even got a message on social media that says, "This is why I chose you. This is why you're chosen." That's what the message was. And I was like, okay, if you want me to tell them, I'll tell them. So go ahead and join the channel. I also make bows. I am a professor of primitive art and hunting and survival skills. So this was kind of my channel about a year and a half ago. I make bows. I have a lot of bows behind me, and that's my draw knife. I have a farrier's rasp. I have all kinds of stuff that I work with, guys. So I'm ready for the end of time, and hopefully a few of us will survive. If you want to survive the apocalypse and the end of time, I was given messages to take the highest mountains because they will be flooded, and the mountains will be the only thing left of refuge. So if you seek the highest passages, you might survive the very end. So, and there'll be caves that you can live in if it freezes. So for another ice age, there are caves, lots and lots of caves. So you can seek them out. Anyways, until next week, guys. That was the message.